framed as something dangerous, a secret vice, a moral failure that weakens your body and clouds your mind. Entire generations were told it could make you blind, make you insane, drain your strength, destroy your future. And what's fascinating is this: none of those fears came from science. So here's the uncomfortable question no one really asked. What if the real harm never came from masturbation at all, but from the fear, shame, and misinformation built around it? Today we're stripping away centuries of myth and looking at what modern science actually says. Not opinions, not moral judgments, just evidence. And near the end of this video, we'll talk about the one situation where concern actually is valid, and why most people misunderstand it. Let's start with a simple reality check. Masturbation is extremely common. Large population surveys consistently show that about 9 out of 10 men and roughly 3 out of 4 women report masturbating at some point in their lives. That includes people who are single and people in long-term relationships. So this isn't some fringe behavior. It's not rare. It's not abnormal. It's a normal part of human sexuality across cultures, ages, and backgrounds, which raises an obvious question: how did something so common become wrapped in so much shame? To answer that, we have to rewind history, far before modern medicine. In the ancient world, attitudes were very different. In ancient Egypt, masturbation appeared in creation myths. The god Adam was said to create the universe through self-pleasure, an act linked to fertility and life itself. Ancient Greek writers generally treated masturbation as unremarkable. Then something changed. Centuries later, masturbation became associated with the biblical story of Onan, a story that was widely misinterpreted. From that misunderstanding came the term onanism, and with it, moral panic. But the real damage came in the 18th century. A Swiss physician named Samuel Auguste Tissot claimed masturbation caused blindness, insanity, memory loss, physical decay. His claims had no experimental evidence, but his book spread rapidly. For more than 100 years, these ideas shaped medicine, parenting, and education. Fear replaced curiosity. Shame replaced science. And even today, echoes of those myths still linger. Let's clear the most extreme claims first. Masturbation does not cause blindness. It does not make hair grow on your palms. It does not cause insanity or mental illness. There is no biological pathway connecting genital stimulation to eyesight, hair growth, or brain damage. Modern medicine is completely unified on this. These myths survived not because they were true, but because fear spreads easily. And once fear attaches itself to the body, it's hard to remove. This is a modern fear, especially common in fitness culture. The idea is simple. Masturbation equals lower testosterone. Lower testosterone equals weaker muscles. Therefore, masturbation destroys progress. Here's what science actually shows. Testosterone levels may fluctuate briefly around orgasm, but those changes are small and temporary. Levels return to baseline quickly. There is no evidence of long-term testosterone suppression from masturbation. And without long-term testosterone loss, there's no mechanism by which masturbation could meaningfully reduce muscle growth or strength. In fact, orgasm releases dopamine and reduces stress, both of which can support recovery and motivation. Large reviews of athletic performance find no clear evidence that sexual activity harms performance, as long as it's not happening immediately before competition. You don't have to choose between a healthy sex life and physical progress. Your body can handle both. Does masturbation cause erectile dysfunction? This is one of the most anxiety-provoking myths, especially for men. The answer is clear. Masturbation does not cause erectile dysfunction. ED is most commonly linked to cardiovascular disease, diabetes, obesity, hormonal imbalances, stress, and performance anxiety. Masturbation itself is not on that list. Many people confuse erectile dysfunction with the refractory period, the normal recovery time after ejaculation when another erection isn't immediately possible. That's not dysfunction, that's normal physiology. There is ongoing research into whether compulsive porn use may be associated with arousal issues for some people. But that is a separate topic. Masturbation itself is not considered a cause of clinical ED. In fact, in cases of anxiety-related ED, therapists may even recommend masturbation as a way to rebuild confidence in a low-pressure setting. Once the myths are gone, what's left? Several well-documented effects. During orgasm, the brain releases dopamine, oxytocin, and endorphins. chemicals linked to pleasure, relaxation, and emotional regulation. That helps explain why many people report reduced stress afterward. Sleep is another area. After orgasm, levels of prolactin rise, a hormone associated with drowsiness and relaxation. Many people fall asleep faster and report better sleep quality. There are physical effects too. Endorphins act as natural pain relievers and may reduce headaches or menstrual cramps. For men, large population studies have found a correlation between frequent ejaculation and a lower risk of prostate cancer. This doesn't prove cause and effect, but it strongly suggests masturbation is not harmful and may even be protective. Beyond biology, masturbation can help people understand their own bodies, improve body awareness, and communicate better with partners. When can it actually become a problem? There is one area where concern is valid. Not frequency, but loss of control. The World Health Organization recognizes compulsive sexual behavior disorder not as an addiction to masturbation itself, but as a pattern of behavior that causes real distress or interferes with daily life. The key issue is not how often it happens. The issue is loss of control, continued behavior despite harm, disruption to work, relationships, or mental health. Importantly, moral guilt alone does not equal a disorder. So, is masturbation bad for you? For the vast majority of people, the answer is no. It doesn't make you blind. It doesn't destroy testosterone. It doesn't cause erectile dysfunction. The real harm has never come from masturbation itself. It comes from centuries of fear, silence, and misinformation, from being taught to distrust our own bodies. Replacing shame with science doesn't just correct bad information. It gives people permission to live calmer, healthier lives. If this video helped clear confusion or reduce anxiety, consider sharing it. The fastest way to kill bad information is with good information. And if you're curious about how your brain really works, watch our next video on scientifically proven facts about the universe that we still don't understand.